Orange Fanta, a Marvel fanfiction written on AO3 by 107th Infantry. Tony Stark did not walk on New York sidewalks. He almost certainly avoided them on sweltering days like today. And yet, after May had explained to him that Peter had forgotten his phone at home, here he was looking for his protege. He had a flight to Prague in an hour, and if Peter wanted to come, he'd better make himself easy to find. Peter walked down the street, baking in the sun. Aunt Hottie had told him to check the corner stores and ask anyone on the streets. What a terribly inefficient way to find Peter. The statistics bounced in his head. Even if Peter knew 200 people within a block, that would take him 6 hours, assuming an equal distribution. Besides, the kid didn't want to be known as Tony Stark's intern. He wanted to be more than that. No, it was best to check all the apartment stoops and glance in the stores. He circled around the surrounding blocks. After 20 minutes of sweating through his suit, Tony had decided to get a drink at a corner store. With his jacket off and dark sunglasses on, he didn't look much like a millionaire. The cat stared at him from the top of the shelf as he picked out 2 orange sodas. Peter would probably appreciate one on their ride to the airport. A voice jerked him out of his reverie. 216. The bearded man at the cash register pursed his lips as he passed the drinks over. Don't let Peter get one of those. He's had 2 already today. Peter? Tony asked. That did sound like his kid. He'd chug a liter a bottle if he'd let him. Oh, you must be passing through. He's a local kid. No, actually I'm looking for him. Where I could find him? The man gave Tony a quizzical look. He left his phone at home. His Aunt May said I can go looking for him. I asked him if he wanted to come with me on a work trip. The clerk shrugged. Let me switch this out for sugar-free and I'll give you directions. He grabbed back one of the cans. Nah, he despises the sugarless stuff, said Tony. Just leave and I'll have both. The soda was rebagged with a smile. Tony had a strange feeling he just passed some test. Last that I heard, he's a block down the street to the east skateboarding. Tell him Delmar sent you. So back out he was into the stifling heat Tony went. He eventually came up about a group of 15 kids sitting in the shade with skateboards, while one of them attempted to do a trick on a park bench. I'm looking for Peter Parker. Delmar said I could find him here, said Tony. The oldest of the group, a toughy, scruff-looking boy about 18, spoke back. He left to go to a Mattis store about an hour ago. Bet that fool forgot his phone again. He's smarter than you, Kyle, a girl spoke up jokingly. Nah, I got street smarts. Pete would lose his nose if it wasn't attached. It's Luce's head. I'm pretty sure it's his nose. Hey, old man, tell Pete he left his math book at my place. Good luck finding him. Where's Amanda's place? Asked Tony. Dave and Leela will take you. 2 10-year-olds got up and motioned Tony to follow them. He had to shorten his step to follow. He had 15 minutes until he needed to leave for the airport. How many people did Peter even know? They took an elevator up to the apartment, where they knocked on a door. It was opened by Peter Parker. Mr. Stark? He asked. Kids laughed from inside the apartment. Dave and Leela slipped by him to get into it. What are you doing here? Hey, Peter. You left your phone at home. I wanted to ask if you wanted to tag along on a business trip in Prague. Sorry, Mr. Stark. I'm babysitting Miss Linda's kids while she picks up an extra shift. Behind him, kids could be heard running around to the apartment. Peter grinned as he heard them. It's fine. Maybe next time? Maybe, said Peter. Tony gives Peter the soda can. As he left, he heard chatter from the apartment. Peter, will you teach me how to skate? Will was telling me you'd be so bad at it. Absolutely. Will, please use kind words. I was just saying. On the plane ride back to Prague, he got a text from Peter. Found my phone. Kyle is insisting he told you to come back to get my math book. Next time, tell him he can do it himself. We all do. Tony grinned. Peter was the center of New York's community, and now Tony was too.